Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, Departure of Lord Krishna from Dwaraka, verse number 8. Amantriya Abhyanujataha Amantriya cha Abhyanujataha Amantriya cha Abhyanujataha Parishvajya Abhivadya Parishvajya Abhivadyatan Parishvajya Abhivadyatan Aruroha Ratham Kaishke Aruroha Ratham Kaishke Aruroha Ratham Kaishke Parishvaktaha Abhivaditaha Parishvakto Abhivaditaha Parishvakto Abhivaditaha Amantriya cha Abhyanujataha Parishvajya Abhivadyata Aruroha Ratham Kaishe Parishvakto Abhivaditaha Amantriya cha Abhyanujataha Parishvajya Abhivadyata Aruroha Ratham Kaishe Parishvakto Abhivaditaha
Amantriya chavi anugyataha Parishvajya abhivadyatam Aruroha ratham kaishche Parishvakta abhivaditaha
Amantraya Chabhyanujataha Parishvajya Abhivadyatam Aruroha Ratham Kaishche Parishvakto Abhivaditaha
Amantriya chavya anugnataha Parishvajya abhivadyatam Aruroha ratham kaishche Parishvakto abhivaditaha
Under this Amantriya taking permission cha and Abhyanujataha being permitted Parishvajya embracing Abhivadya bowing down at the feet Tan unto Maharaj Yudhishthira Aruroha ascended Ratham the chariot Kaishte by someone Parishvaktaha being embraced Abhivaditaha being offered obeisances. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Afterwards, when the Lord asked permission to depart and the king gave it, the Lord offered his respects to Maharaj Yudhishthira by bowing down at his feet, and the king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisances, got into his chariot. Can you repeat? Afterwards, when the Lord asked permission to depart, and the king gave it, the Lord offered his respects to Maharaj Yudhishthira by bowing down at his feet, and the king embraced him. After this, the Lord, being embraced by others and receiving their obeisances, got into his chariot. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Yudhishthira was the elder cousin of Lord Krishna, and therefore, while departing from him, the Lord bowed down at the king's feet, and the king embraced him as a younger brother. Although the king knew perfectly well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord takes pleasure when some of his devotees accept him as less important in terms of love. No one is greater than nor equal to the Lord, but he takes pleasure in being treated as younger than his devotees. These are all transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The impersonalist cannot enter into the supernatural roles played by the devotee of the Lord. Thereafter, Bhima and Arjuna embraced the Lord because they were of the same age. But Mathura and Sahadeva bowed down before the Lord because they were younger than him. Dasa and Bhaktivedanta Prabhu. Om Jnana Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhatta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurundina Karanam. Last Sunday in New Jersey temple, they had organized the Ashraya ceremony. Almost 40 devotees had participated, taking different levels of commitments and to chant different levels of different number of rounds of Hare Krishna, reading certain books of Prabhupada, etc. I think here also you have Ashraya this month, program here also, similar. So after the Ashraya ceremony got over, the children of the devotees there, they performed one drama. And after that, the Prabhujis all got together and they performed another drama. So nicely done. Short ones, but well done. So the Prabhujis, they performed a drama about the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa. So this pastime is described in the 9th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ambarish Maharaj was a great pure devotee of Krishna, dedicated fully for serving Krishna with all his senses, hands, eyes, legs, everything he would engage in Krishna's service. Although he was engaged in kingly duties, the royal duties, taking care of the kingdom, but at the same time he was performing pure devotional service to Krishna. And because he was a pure devotee, his name and fame spread all over the world. Everywhere, everybody was singing his glories. Naturally, Durvasa Muni happened to hear about the glories of Ambarish Maharaj, and wherever he would go, people were all praising him. Durvasa Muni got a little envious. After all, he is a king, Grihastha, Kshatriya, and that too is enjoying all the opulences of a royal life. And look at me, I'm a Brahmana, and I'm a Rishi sage, I've renounced everything, living in a hermitage, living very simple life, and they are glorifying him more than me. So let me see what he is. So like this, Durvasamuni was thinking to go and rival Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj once, what happened? He decided to follow the Dwadashi Vrata for 1 year. Dwadashi Vrata means, normally on Ekadashi we fast from rains. So Dwadashi Vrata, that's the Ekadashi Vrata. Dwadashi Vrata means, the Ekadashi Vrata we break on Dwadashi at a specific time, which is known as Parna. Parna time is the time on Dwadashi day when we break the Ekadashi fast. Of course, Prabhupada did not introduce that Parna time as far as what I have heard in in our movement. But anyway, finally what I heard is that after the 1980s, when all the gurus in ISKCON started falling down, at that time Harikesh Maharaj's disciples were the ones who were interested with the task of making the Vaishnava calendar. So they came up with an explanation that we are not following Parana time of Dwadashi, that is why gurus are falling down. And so they introduced Parana time, and they were all excited. Yes, now we will follow Parana time and gurus won't fall down and all that. But Harikesh Maharaj himself fell down, very sadly. So, anyway, they will find every reason under the sun to explain why gurus are falling down, except the fact that they are disobeying Prabhupada's divine authority. That they will not accept. Other than that, every other reason they are ready to explore. Anyway, that apart. So, Ambarish Maharaj, he followed the Dwadashi Vrata for 1 year. And after following Dwadashi Vrata for 1 year, the time came to end the Vrata, because he had taken the Vrata for only 1 year. So when the time came for the Vrata to get over, it is a very auspicious thing. He has followed the Vrata to please Krishna. Ambarish Maharaj decided that, okay, we should, I want to observe it in a nice way. He decided to go to Vrindavan. So Ambarish Maharaj with all his ministers, queen, everybody, he came to Vrindavan. He came to Madhuvana. Madhuvana and Vrindavan is where Dhruva Maharaj has performed his austerities, and he had darshan of Vishnu there. So Ambarish Maharaj came to Vrindavan, Madhuvan, and there 3 days, that too he came in Kartik month. Kartik month was when his Vrata was getting over, and Kartik month we all know how it is very auspicious to follow, to observe the Kartik month in Vrindavan Dham. So he came to Vrindavan Dham, he came to Madhuvan, and during Kartik month, and 3 nights continuously he fasted before Ekadashi. So Navami, Dashami, Ekadashi, 3 nights he fasted continuously. And on the day of Dwadashi, when the time came, early morning he got up and worshipped the deity of Krishna, did Abhisheka, offering different kinds of dress, ornaments, and elaborate bhoga to Krishna. All this deity worship he performed. Then he gave away 60 crore cows in charity to qualified brahmanas. All this he did. And then he got ready to break his fast by honoring some prasad. So at that time, Durvasamuni appeared on the spot. So Durvasamuni came there and he approached Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj immediately welcomed him very respectfully, gave him a nice place to sit. Then Ambarish Maharaj sat down on the floor next to the feet of Durvasamuni. And to Durvasamuni, he prayed to him and said, please accept this prasad. So Durvasamuni, in his mind, it was going on that I have to, how this man is Kshatriya, after all, the royal king, he is getting so much respect, I am not getting so much. So that envy was running in his mind. And he wanted to find some fault But Ambarish Maharaj was very meticulous in the way he received him, and he was very humble and all that, respectful. So then Durvasa said, yes, I will honor the prasadam, let me finish my bathing and ablutions and let me come. He went naturally because Yamuna ji is in Vrindavan. Durvasa Muni went to the Yamuna, took bath, finished this, all his Gayatri, whatever he had to do. Then he came back. So in the meantime, why? Because Madhuvan is a little, it's at a little distance from Yamuna. It's not very close to Yamuna. Naturally, it would have taken Durvasa Muni some time to go walk to Yamuna ji, take bath, and then come back and all that. In the meantime, what is happening? Ambarish Maharaj observed that the time for Parana was getting over. So his whole 1 year Dwadashi Vrata he has been following, and this last final day, this Parana time is getting over. Durvasa Muni has not come back. And according to Vedic custom, if there is a guest who has come to your place, the host cannot honor prasadam without first feeding the guest. Now Ambarish Maharaj was in a dilemma. He cannot eat food without first offering, without first feeding Durvasa Muni. And at the same time, Parana time is getting over. So what to do? He immediately called all the priests, Brahmanas who were there at that time, and he told them, this is my situation, my dilemma. 1 year I have been following this Vrata to please Krishna. Now if the Parana time gets broken, my whole Vrata becomes useless. So at the same time, I cannot eat prasadam now because Durvasa Muni is my guest. He has come, without feeding him, I cannot take. So what do I do? So the Brahmanas gave different options. Let us do like this, like this. None of them were agreeing with each other. And none of them gave any practical solution. So finally, Ambarish Maharaj presented a solution. He said, what if I drink some water? Drinking water will break the fast also, it won't break the fast also. So all the Brahmanas said, yes. This is a very good idea. If you drink water, drinking water is considered fasting also, not fasting also. Both. So you can drink water, break the fast, and then when Durvasa Muni comes, you can feed him. And then after that, you can take your prasadam. So, since the Brahmanas have also agreed, Ambarish Maharaj took a few drops of water and he sipped it. And then he waited for Durvasa Muni to come. So after a little while, Durvasa Muni came. And by his yogic power, he could understand that Ambarish Maharaj has broken his fast. So he became very angry. His face became red with anger. And he looked at Ambarish Maharaj and told him, O king, what do you think of yourself? You show yourself, you make a show as if you are a very great devotee of Vishnu. But you think yourself as God. This is the way you think yourself. That's why you have broken this dharma. You can break any rule. You have become God, is it? When a guest has come, how you can how you can eat food without feeding your guest? So you're an adharmic person. You are doing all kinds of show business. That's all. You are only showing off as if you are a devotee. So see what I will show you. So Durvasa Muni wanted to show his yogi power. See, I am very powerful compared to Ambarish Maharaj, like that. So he pulled out a bunch of hair from his head and then created a demon out of it, a Rakshasa. And so suddenly this demon manifested, fearful looking and blazing like fire, and carrying a trident in his hand, and he rushed towards Ambarish Maharaj. Every step that demon was taking, the whole earth was trembling. Such a powerful demon. So imagine if we are faced with such a demon, somebody is rushing to forget demon. Somebody takes one stick and rushes towards us, we will start running, right? We will see where to hide. But Ambarish Maharaj's reaction, he folded his hands, bent his head, and accepted, okay, Durvasa Muni wants to punish me, he is a Brahmana. So I'll accept it. He stood where he was without moving even 1 millimeter. He did not flinch, he was not afraid. He just accepted it. Yes, this is, whatever this Brahmana has tells me, I am ready to accept it. Now, Ambarish Maharaj is a pure devotee. He may not take any steps to protect himself, but will Krishna keep quiet? Immediately, Sudarshana Chakra appeared on the spot. And the Sudarshana came, and the demon was burned to ashes, finished. And the Sudarshana did not stop there. Suddenly, Durvasana is seeing Sudarshana has appeared, the demon he created is also burned, and now the Sudarshana is coming towards him. So Durvasana started, turned back and he started running. And he started running fast, and he is a yogi. He can definitely move faster than the fastest element. But he felt as if the Sudarshana is almost on his back, burning his back. So what to do now? He ran. He ran and tried to hide inside the cave of Sumeru mountain. But there the Sudarshana is following him. So he came out of the cave. He went to an ocean and went into the depths of the ocean, thinking, the water will save me. But no avail. There also Sudarshana followed him, burning everything in its path. So then he thought, okay, let me go to the sky. He raised himself to the sky. There also Sudarshana was following him, not giving up. So he thought, let me go to the Swargaloka. He went to the Swargaloka. But Sudarshana is coming behind him without relentlessly coming, burning everything in his path. So Durvasana thought, now what to do? Let me go to Brahma. He ran to Brahma, he fell at his feet and said, Brahmaji, what to do? This Sudarshana Chakra is behind me. I will be killed, please save me. Because Durvasa is the son of Brahma. Brahma is his father, right? So, like this he prayed to Brahma. Brahma said, I live for 3 parartha. For a time, 2 pararthas I live. And at the end of when the duration of my life gets over, Vishnu, with a flick of his eyebrow, burns the whole universe to ashes. So that's the power of Vishnu. With just a flick of his eyebrow, he will finish everything. Pralaya will happen, everything will burn. Universe will be finished. So I am helpless in front of Sudarshana. I cannot do anything. So Durvasana, Brahma has washed his hands off. Now what to do? Let me go to Lord Shiva. So he ran to Kailasa, he went to Lord Shiva and fell at his feet and asked the Lord Shiva, please protect me. Sudarshana is right behind me. He's going to burn me, I'll get killed. So Lord Shiva replied, O Durvasana, myself, Brahma, all the other devatas, we all walk around as if we are very great people. But none of us, including myself, are any competition to Vishnu. It is impossible. His power is something else. Although we think that we are very great, but in front of Vishnu we are nothing. So I am afraid I cannot protect you from Sudarshana. The only person who can protect you is Vishnu. Please go to Vishnu. So Durvasana then immediately fled from the spot and went to Vaikuntha within this material universe. And there he approached Vishnu and fell at his feet and begged forgiveness from him. And he said, I have offended your pure devotee. Please protect me. You are the most powerful Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you wish, even in the most sinful person, in his heart, your holy name will arise and destroy all his sins. You are so powerful. So I am begging you, please protect me from Sudarshana. Vishnu replied, I also cannot protect you. So if you really want protection, you please go to Ambarish Maharaj, fall at his feet, and if he forgives you, then he can protect you from Sudarshana. Now Durvasana is shaking, all his body is shivering, he is perspiring, his heart is thudding in fear. What to do? He ran all the way back to Ambarish Maharaj in Vrindavan. By this time, 1 year had passed because Durvasana is traveling to different planets, different time scales, spending time there. On the Earth planet, already 1 year has passed. And this entire 1 year, Ambarish Maharaj was still standing on the same spot in Madhuvana, waiting for Durvasana to come back. And then Durvasana came, Ambarish Maharaj is standing there, he fell at his feet. And Ambarish Maharaj became very embarrassed. You are a Brahmana, you are a great Muni, how can you fall at my feet? And then Durvasana begged the forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj and sought protection from him. And Ambarish Maharaj immediately prayed to Sudarshana to forgive Durvasa Muni and to let him leave. Moment Ambarish Maharaj prayed like this, the Sudarshana Chakra went back. So Durvasa Muni came down to reality. He understood how Ambarish Maharaj is such a great devotee. He is a great pure devotee, and Durvasa Muni's yogic power is nothing in front of a pure devotee like Ambarish Maharaj. Although externally Ambarish Maharaj is a king, he is engaged in royal activities, taking care of the kingdom, he is in politics, administration, etc. But because he was a pure devotee, his power, his devotional power exceeded that of the yogic power of Durvasa Muni. So in this whole incident, in this whole pastime, what happened was when Durvasa Muni approached Vishnu. So Vishnu, before denying protection to Durvasa Muni, explained the glories of pure devotees so that Durvasa Muni could understand how, because of his envy to Ambarish Maharaj, he had to face such a difficult situation. The problem is with the speaker, that's our speaker, please. So, Vishnu wanted Durvasa Muni to recognize the greatness of his pure devotees. So Vishnu, he told Durvasa Muni, Aham hi bhakta paradhino hi aswatantraiva dvija sadhuvir grasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta jana priya. Vishnu told Durvasa Muni, Aham bhakta paradhinaha. Although I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still I myself am subordinate to my pure devotees. Aham bhakta paradhina. Paradhina means I am subordinate to my pure devotees. Not only am I subordinate to my pure devotees, aswatantraiva dvija, O Brahmana, Durvasa Muni, aswatantraiva, in front of my pure devotees, I have no independence. I am completely dependent on them. In whatever way they want, they can make me act. They can make me dance like a puppet. In their hands, I become a plaything. I have no independence in front of my pure devotees. And not only that, sadhuvir grasta hridaya, because the sadhus, the pure devotees, grasta hridaya, they have captured me in their heart. As in the Brahma Samhita we hear, no? Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajam. The pure devotees, their eyes are applied with the ointment of love for Krishna, and because of that they constantly see Krishna within their heart. Otherwise Krishna cannot be captured even by the great yogis in meditation. That Krishna becomes captured very easily in the hearts of a pure devotee, constantly thinking of him in his heart due to intense love for Krishna. So, sadhuvir grasta hridaya. So, Krishna is captured in the heart of his pure devotees. And not only that, therefore Krishna says, Bhaktair bhakta jana priya. So therefore, my pure devotees, not only are my pure devotees dear to me, Bhaktair bhakta jana priya, bhakta jana, even those who are devotees of my pure devotee, I become controlled even by them. Even they become dear to me. So Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, and that pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, he has captured Krishna in his heart, and Krishna is subordinate to Prabhupada. Whatever Prabhupada wishes, Krishna has to fulfill. And not only is Prabhupada very dear to Krishna, anybody who becomes a servant of Prabhupada, anybody who becomes a devotee of Prabhupada, anybody who becomes a disciple of Prabhupada, even he becomes very dear to Krishna. So you see, we may not be great devotees, we may not be pure devotees, we may not have any love for Krishna in our heart. But if we simply become sincere servants of Prabhupada, we become dear to Krishna. You see, the power of the power of the shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee. Krishna becomes very dear. We become very dear to Krishna. So this is the power of a pure devotee. And not only that, Vishnu further said, Naham atmanamashase shriyo atyamtikim Brahman mad bhaktaihi sadhuver vina yesham gatiraham para. So Vishnu said, my pure devotees, yesham gatiraham para. For them, I am the supreme goal. They are not interested in family, they are not interested in wife, husband, acquisition of wealth, position, prestige. None of these things matter to them. For them, their only goal is me. So for the pure devotees, the only goal is Krishna, nothing else. And for such pure devotees, Vishnu says, Naham atma namashase. I don't, because my pure devotees have given up everything, surrendered everything, and for them I am everything. Therefore, Naham atma namashase. Madbhaktai sadhuvir vina. Without my pure devotees, I do not wish to enjoy any of my opulences. Bhagavan Krishna is full of 6 opulences. Shad Aishwarya Purna, isn't it? He is full of wealth, he is full of beauty, he is full of strength, he is full of knowledge, full of renunciation, full of fame. All 6 opulences are present there in full in Krishna. So imagine if somebody is possessing a fraction of even one of his opulences, what will happen? The person will enjoy. Somebody is very wealthy, he will use his money in various ways to buy a lot of comforts and to enjoy that. Somebody becomes famous, he will enjoy that fame. Oh, I am a very famous person. Somebody is very beautiful, he will like to show off his beauty and enjoy people appreciating him. So anybody possesses even a fraction of even one of the opulences, he will greatly try to enjoy that opulence with his material senses. Now imagine Krishna is the master of all the 6 opulences simultaneously to the fullest extent. How much he can enjoy, there is no limit to his enjoyment. But he is saying, without my pure devotees, I don't want to enjoy any of my opulences. I am not interested in enjoying my opulences. Naham atma namashase shriyam chatyamtikim Brahman. All my supreme opulences, I don't want to enjoy. Even my own transcendental bliss. Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha. His very nature is of this Ananda. So Krishna, Vishnu is saying, I don't even want to enjoy my Ragini Shakti. I don't want to enjoy my own transcendental bliss. I don't want to enjoy my opulences also without my pure devotees. You see how Krishna, Vishnu is so attached to his devotees. Without them, he is not interested in anything. Just like suppose a young boy and a girl fall in love. Then when their attraction is so strong, what will happen? Each of them will not like to enjoy anything without the other. Similarly, Krishna, Vishnu, without his devotees, he is not interested in enjoying anything. Nothing appeals to him. Everything appears dry and very tasteless without his pure devotees. So that is Krishna's love for his devotees. How much Krishna is attached to his devotees. And not only that, further Vishnu said, Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyatte na jananti naham tebhyo managapi. So he is saying, Sadhavo hridayam mahyam. My heart is filled with thoughts of my devotees. Sadhunam hridayam tvaham. And my pure devotees, their hearts is also filled with thinking of me. You see how both the pure devotee and Krishna are thinking of each other. Prabhupada is immersed in thinking of Krishna constantly, and Krishna is also constantly thinking of Prabhupada. This is how pure devotees are. They are constantly in the heart of Krishna. Madanyatena jananti. Because the pure devotees don't know anything other than Krishna. You look at Prabhupada, his whole life, Prabhupada knew nothing other than Krishna. Only Krishna. Right from his childhood, Prabhupada was celebrating the Rath Yatra. So that shows how much Prabhupada was attached to Krishna, to Jagannath. In fact, much later in the 70s, in the US, maybe in the US or wherever, one reporter came to interview Prabhupada. And he came to interview Prabhupada and he was asking different things. Then he asked Prabhupada one pointed question. He asked Prabhupada, when did you become self-realized? Prabhupada's response, Prabhupada out of humility, pure devotees, we all know how humble they are. Prabhupada did not give a direct response. Prabhupada said, self-realized is a matter of understanding. I am not the body, I am spirit soul. But the reporter was also determined. No, I am asking, when did you become self-realized? So Prabhupada replied, you also can become self-realized. Just accept, dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram evan jara. You are not the body. If you accept that, you are also self-realized. So Prabhupada, is trying to evade the question because naturally, that is a characteristic of Prabhupada. Prabhupada never wanted to talk about himself. Prabhupada never wanted to put himself in the forefront. Prabhupada never wanted to be in the limelight himself. For him it was always Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So, but the reporter was, not going to give up. He was also, very firm. No. I want to know particularly at what time, at what age you became self-realized. So Prabhupada got caught. Prabhupada couldn't say anything. So Prabhupada said 4 years. That this reporter was a little surprised, he was shocked. That 4 years? Did I hear it right? 4 years? Prabhupada said yes. From the time when I was 4 years old, I don't remember even 1 second when I forgotten Krishna. This was Prabhupada's statement. So you see, Prabhupada's heart never had space for anything else other than Krishna. Sadhavo hridayam madhyam sadhunam hridayam tvaham madanyantena jananti. Prabhupada did not know anything other than Krishna. And so Vishnu says, therefore, nahyam tebhyo managapi. Even for a second, Vishnu is saying, even for a second, I cannot think of anybody other than my pure devotee. So you see, Krishna has not given such a position even to Lakshmi Devi. Vishnu is constantly lying on Ananta Dev. Ananta is constantly serving him. So many Brahmanas are surrounding him. Rishis, sages, they are all engaged in glorifying him with the verses, hymns from the Vedas. And there are so many yogis in the forest, they are meditating upon him. Lakshmi Devi is constantly sitting at the lotus feet of Vishnu and massaging him. Vishnu is saying he is not bothered about any of these things. He is saying, even for a second, I cannot think of anybody other than my pure devotees. So Prabhupada cannot think of anybody other than Krishna. Krishna cannot think of anybody other than Prabhupada. So this is the position of a pure devotee. And when Durvasa Muni heard this from Vishnu, that is when he realized the position of Ambarish Maharaj. And that's why very quickly, voluntarily, he went and fell at the lotus feet of Ambarish Maharaj. So this is the position of a pure devotee and his loving, sweet relationship with Krishna. And so therefore, when Krishna was leaving Hastinapura after the battle of Kurukshetra and after the coronation of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is wanting to go back to Dwaraka. What is happening? Amantre abhyavijnataha. Krishna is going and seeking permission from Yudhishthira Maharaj. I want to go to Dwaraka, please permit me. Actually, he went, he wanted to go earlier. But first time, when Krishna went and told Yudhishthira, now everything is over, please give me permission to go. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, no, I cannot give you permission, you have to stay back. So Krishna couldn't do anything, he had to stay back. He stayed back for 3-4 months. And then after that again he said, my pure devotees are there in Dwaraka also, they are waiting for me. All my queens, they are waiting for me. All my sons are there waiting for me. So please give me permission. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why does he need permission from anybody? Bhoktaram yajna savasam sarva loka maheshwaram. He is the supreme proprietor of all the universes. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Everything is emanating from Krishna. Mamaivanso jivaloke jivabhuta sanata. All living entities are Krishna Samsha. Yudhishthira Maharaj also Krishna Samsha is. So what is the meaning of Krishna going and seeking permission from Yudhishthira Maharaj? But no, Yudhishthira Maharaj's love has conquered Krishna. And so Krishna, aswatantra vidvija, he has no swatantra, no independence. He is seeking the permission of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And when Yudhishthira Maharaj, abhyanujñātaha, when he gave permission, okay Krishna, you go. Then Krishna immediately fell at the feet of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Abhivadyacha. He fell at the lotus feet of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Look at that. Krishna is falling at the feet of his pure devotee. This is the extent to which Krishna is subordinate to his pure devotee. That is why Vishnu told Durvasa Muni, what did he tell him? He said, Aham Bhakta Paradhina, I am subordinate to my pure devotee. So much so that he is falling at the lotus feet of his pure devotee. Aswatantra vidvija, without his permission, he is unable to do anything. And so therefore, amantretya abhyanujñātaha, when he received the permission from Yudhishthira Maharaj, Abhivadya, he fell at his feet, and Yudhishthira Maharaj embraced him. Yudhishthira Maharaj knows very well that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. I should be falling at his feet, but he is so loving to me, he is falling at my feet. So with great love, Yudhishthira Maharaj embraced Krishna. And then Bhima and Arjuna, who are more or less contemporaries of Krishna, they were of the same age, they embraced Krishna. And Nakula and Sahadeva, being subordinates, they paid obeisances to Krishna, and Krishna embraced them also. And then he sat on the chariot, ready to go back to Dwaraka. So these are the wonderful exchanges of loving relationship between Krishna and his pure devotees. And the pure devotees have such a exalted position that Krishna will, if that relationship with that pure devotee is such that the pure devotee is in a superior position to Krishna, Krishna will be ready to fall at their feet. Just like you see in Vrindavan, when Krishna was still in Vrindavan as the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, Nanda Maharaj was doing some activity and Krishna was playing. So Nanda Maharaj called to Yashoda Mai and he told her, "O Kanaya ki ma, O mother of my Kanaya, your son will whole day play or will he do something also?" Then Yashoda Mai replied, "बोलिए आपको क्या चाहिए? आप देखिए मेरा बेटा कैसे करता है. You just tell what you want and you see how he will do." So then Nanda Maharaj replied, "Okay, tell him to bring my slippers." So Krishna was still a very young child at that time, very young boy. So immediately Yashoda Mai called, "Oh Kanaya, come, your father is calling, bring his slipper." So Krishna went, walked, small boy, walked, picked up the slippers of Nanda Maharaj, kept it on his head, and walked to Nanda Maharaj and gave it to him. See, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is taking the slipper of his devotee on his head. This is the love of Krishna for his devotees. So, if we want to go back to Godhead, we want to go back to Goloka Vrindavan, on our own strength it is not possible. If we simply surrender to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, accept him as our spiritual master, Diksha Guru, and take a vow to please Prabhupada, that no matter what, my life is dedicated for pleasing Prabhupada. I have no other goal in life, no other aim in life other than pleasing Prabhupada. Personally, I have no goal in life, I have no agenda, I don't want anything else, I have no desires other than pleasing Prabhupada. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado. If we have that attitude, then going back to Godhead becomes our rightful claim. We don't have to struggle to go back to Godhead. If we please Prabhupada, that's enough. Done, finished. We don't need to achieve big things. We don't have to become yogis. We don't have to do, we don't have to think of very huge services to Krishna. We don't have to do any big endeavor. Simply please Prabhupada by following his instructions. That is why I think Narottam Das Thakur also prays that Chadiya Vaishnava Seva, Nistara Payanche Keva. If somebody thinks, why should I try to please Prabhupada? On my own, I will become a guru and I will also, go back to Godhead on the strength of my knowledge and on the strength of my austerity. I am also very learned. I also know the signs of Krishna consciousness. I will go back to Godhead myself. It's not possible. Acharya have sung Chadiya Vaishnava Seva. If we give up the service of a pure devotee, if we disobey our spiritual master, if we are not obedient to following the instructions of our spiritual master, Nistara Payache Keva, we cannot even attain liberation, forget about going back to Godhead. So the key to going back to Godhead, the key to going back to Goloka Vrindavan is very simple. We have to become attached to serving the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Every order of Srila Prabhupada's, we have to take it as our life and soul and execute it. There is no question of trying to debate, trying to figure out, trying to consider this Prabhupada's order, how to follow this order of Prabhupada, because this is not there in Shastra, there is no reference to this is not as per Parampara, this is not, this is not part of tradition. No such consideration. Prabhupada has told me, end, over, period. I cannot think of anything else, I have to simply execute it. This kind of attitude, this kind of approach towards Prabhupada, towards our Diksha Guru Srila Prabhupada is what will actually please him. The attitude of service, unadulterated service, uninterrupted service, unreserved service, no reservations, no consideration, no what about sadhu, what about shastra, what about tradition, nothing else. Prabhupada has said, period, end of it. Final. So, if that's the kind of attitude, approach we have towards Prabhupada's instructions, Yasya Prasada, Bhagavat Prasada, that will please Prabhupada. And if Prabhupada is pleased, Krishna is Aswatantra. He has no independence. He has to forcibly get pleased with us. So that's the route back to Godhead, which in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, this is very, very beautifully brought out from the lessons of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a very, very important rule which all of us have to remember and practice if we want to perfect our life. So I'll stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.